Hello all, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will discuss everything related to manual testing. Manual testing is a process of software testing in which we execute the test cases manually without using any automated testing tools. As with the name, it is clear that we do with the help of human, not with the help of any specific tools or software that we do in the automation. From the end user perspective, tester will execute the test cases manually. It tests whether the application is functioning as illustrated in the requirement document or not. Whatever we have the document, we have prepared the test cases, everything is according to that requirement or not. The application is working that or fulfilling that requirement or not. In this manual testing, we test all these criteria. The difference between the actual output and the expected output is called a bug. Related to the bug, we will know more about this bug in this video. What is bug? What is bug life cycle? Everything. Manual testing software is compulsory for every recently built software before automation testing. As day by day new software are in the markets, but the existence of manual testing can never be neglected, because before pushing any software or application we need the manual testing to be done. In this manual testing video, we will start with the basic of manual testing, what is the meaning of manual testing, how we do, and all the major manual testing concepts that a manual testing professional must be aware of. So this video will be very helpful for all the people who wants to know deep about the manual testing. Need of manual testing. When a software application is released into the market, it may have some issues or bugs, or end user may face some problems while using it. While performing the manual testing, the test engineer tests the software from the customer perspective to develop the appropriate test cases and give proper feedback to the developers. What the manual testers do? They validate all the flows, and if any issues, bugs are found, they report it to developer. What are the testing method included in this? First is a static testing and second is the dynamic testing. First we will learn about the static testing. Static testing is also known as verification. So other name of the static testing is verification. It is a method of verifying files and documents. It ensures that we are developing the correct product. It helps to ensure that we are developing the correct product we need to develop. It also verifies the requirement we have. In this method, test engineer will carry out activities like reviews, inspections, walkthroughs, etc. So these all the things are carried out in the static testing. Now the second is the dynamic testing. Dynamic testing is called the validation. First is known as the verification and second is known as the validation. It is a dynamic process of testing the software product. It validates whether the developed product is right or not. Now, what are the steps of the manual testing? If we want to do the manual testing of any software by ourselves, then what are the steps we need to follow to do that manual testing? First step. First, review all the documents that related to the software for selecting the testing areas. If any application or any software is developed, then for that software or application, the documents must be available regarding that details, information. So first of all, the first step is go through all the documents That documents will give us the clarity of that application, and that will help us to select the test areas. Second is to analyze all the required documents to get all the requirement mentioned by the end user. Third, build test cases as per the requirement documents. After the requirement gathering, then build the test cases. Test cases, what are the test details of the test that we need to validate or verify. Execute all the test cases manually by using the white box testing and black box testing. Means as well as the overall and line by line also. Means with the help of the coding and no knowledge of coding. The difference between white box and black box we will see in this video only. Step number 5. If bugs are detected, report them to the development team. After doing the manual testing, if we find any bugs, then what is our responsibility? To report it to developers so that they can rectify and they can correct it. Step 6. When the developer fixes the bugs, retest it. Now, when I have done once the manual testing, I found some bugs, then I will report to the developer. Developer will fix, and then what I have to do? I have to retest that bug is fixed or not, or with the effect of that bug another flows are working fine or not. Roles and responsibilities of manual tester. What are the roles and what are the responsibilities? First role is gathering and analyzing the client requirement. Gathering the requirement. What are the things we need to include in our test cases? Second is establishing the test environment for executing the test cases. For doing the tests, we need the test environment. So, for that we need to establish that test environment. Analyzing and running the test cases. Arranging the review meeting. Communicating with the user to understand the product requirement. We can communicate with the user also to understand the product's requirement. Interacting with the test manager. Defect tracking. We need to track the defect also. These are the defects that are coming, that are fixed or not. What is the stage of that defect? What we need to do, whom we need to communicate, all these things. Evaluating the testing results on bugs, errors, database, impacts and usability. Now at the end, preparing the reports on all the activities carried out. Whatever I have done regarding that manual testing, I have to prepare the result. While testing the software and reporting to the design team. Now types of the manual testing. There are various types of the manual testing that we will learn in this video. First is the white box testing. In this type of testing, tester will use the system's internal perspective and programming skills to design the test cases. Generally, this testing is performed at the unit level. In the white box testing, the tester is included to verify coding wise, line by line. So, the knowledge of the coding they should have. In the black box testing, tester access the functionality of software application without considering the internal code structure. In the black box testing, we can say that it is the overall testing. No need to gather the internal code structure. But in the white box testing, we have to gather the internal code structure. So, this is the main difference between the white box testing and the black box testing. Third is the acceptance testing. With the name it is clear, acceptance, that our application is ready to accept, means user are ready to accept that application or software or not. If we are ready, then all the requirements are fulfilled, then only we are ready. So, along with the tester, end user will perform this testing for validating the functionality of the application. After completing the acceptance testing successfully, formal testing is conducted to decide whether the application is built according to the requirement or not. If the application is according to the requirement, we are ready to put in the production. Unit testing. Unit testing is also known as the module testing. The other name of the unit testing is module testing. It is carried out to verify whether a particular module or unit of that code is working properly. In this unit testing, we test unit by unit separately and we verify that unit is working fine or not. It is performed by the developer in their environment. System testing. System testing is a process of testing the completely integrated application. In this, we test end to end, means overall everything, every process, every flows. It verifies the entire system to ensure that the application works as a planned or not. Integration testing. Integration testing is a mechanism of testing the software between two software modules. Means we test with a combination of software modules. Integration testing is performed by various approaches called the top-down approach, bottom approach and the Big Bang approach. We use different kind of tools also to perform the manual testing. Some of the tools I have mentioned, and in the next videos I will explain deep and every detail of these tools also. First, Jira, Trello, Saucelabs, Browser Stack and Mantis BT. Now, in the starting of the video, I told we will discuss about the bug. So here the bug. A bug is an error or flow. What is a bug? It is nothing but it is a issues or error or a flow of an application that limits the general flow of the application by differing the expected behavior of the application from the actual behavior. Means if any error is coming or any flow of the application is coming, that because of that error our application behaving differently, that considered under the bug. What is the bug's life cycle? The bug life cycle is also known as the defect life cycle. Is a bug life cycle that goes through different stages in its life. This life cycle begins once the tester discovers any new bug and ends with the tester marks it as fixed. Now, when the bug is detected till the bug is fixed. And all the steps between these comes under the bug life cycle. Now we will learn about the bug workflow. Following are the different states of the bug life cycles. First is the new. This is the first state of the bug life cycle. When the tester finds a new bug, it immediately falls into a new state. And in the later stages of the bug life cycle, testing and validations are performed on this bug. First, whenever the new bug is found, that comes under the new status. Now, second is assign. In the assign stage, the project lead or the project manager of the testing team will assign the newly found bug to the development team to work on the bug. Now, if any bug is found, then that bug should be assigned to any team member to check, to work upon it. So, the second step is assigned. Now, the third stage is open. In this stage, the developer begins analyzing the bug and fixing it. If the developer finds it inappropriate, it will move to the fourth states, namely deferred, duplicate, not a bug, and a rejected according to a reason. Now next is fixed. After fixing the bug by making the changes, the developer marks the status of the bug as fixed. If the bug is found, that is assigned to someone and that is open, they are working on it. After opening it, that bug is fixed, then that comes under the stage of the fixed. Now the next stage is retest. In this stage, the tester retests the bug for verifying if the defect is fixed correctly by the developer based on the requirement or not. If the developer has fixed that we have reported, then we need to revalidate it. Okay, that is fixed correctly or not, or because of this any another thing is coming or not. Next is reopen. If an issue remains in this bug, if the bug is there and it is there only, then the testing team will assign it to the developer again to test and change the status of the bug to reopen. If that is not fixed, then they will put it in reopen. Now next is verified. If the tester does not detect any issue in the bug after assigning it to the developer for retesting, and if the sense that the bug has been fixed correctly, then he will mark the bug status as verified. Now closed. When the bug is no longer available, then the tester changes the bug status to closed. If the bug is fixed and no longer available, then the status should be closed. Duplicate. If the developer discover the bug like any other bug, it may happen that if someone is reporting any bug, another person may report that bug also, or the same person may report. So that comes under the duplicate. If the concept of the bug matches with any other bug, then the developer changes the bug status to duplicate. Rejected. If the developer does not consider the bug as a genuine bug, then he will mark it as rejected. Not a bug. If the bug does not affect the functionality of application, then its status changes to not a bug. If solving the application gives us any bug, and if that bug is not affecting the functionality of that application, then we can put it into not a bug. Deferred. If the developer senses that the bug is not of very critical priority and it can be fixed in the subsequent releases, he changes the bug as bug status as a deferred. If the tester or the developer finds that this bug may be considered into the next release that is not so important in this release, then they can put it into hold and put the status as a deferred. So these all the steps or these all the stages that comes under the bug, controlling it, bug assigning, and all the things. So these are the broad perspective that I have given to you regarding that manual testing. And in the next videos we will discuss about the details of steps and everything, the application of the manual testing. So if you are new in this video, then please subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching.